Hi everybody, welcome back. It's been a long time since I've been on here, I know. Okay, so as this title suggests, I'm gonna give you a little update about what's been happening in the last more than a month. Most of you know that we were living in Maui. We did live in the area that was affected by the fire. Thankfully, we weren't there the day the fire happened. We actually had come back to the state, to the mainland, to visit family. So we weren't there for the fire, but we did lose most of our stuff, our big furniture and things like that. The apartment that we had been living in burned down. We were in the process of moving out. So thankfully, we had already moved all of our personal items like my grandmother's china, our documents, photos, things like that had already been moved into storage. But we were waiting for an apartment to open up. And so we thought while we waited, we would just leave the furniture in the apartment that we were at. And we came back to visit family for a few days. And then the fire happened. And so Kaiaulu o Kupo, he did burn down. Thankfully, everybody got out before the fire. But yeah, so that burned down. So we did lose our furniture. But we are so thankful that we are alive and well. And yeah, so we did go back for a week or so, and we stayed in a shelter for a few days because they wouldn't let us back into Lahaina. And finally, they opened up Lahaina. We were able to get into our storage and get our paperwork and things that we needed, and we decided to come back to the mainland and stay here for a few months. Quite frankly, because there's no long-term housing there that's affordable. Because as you know, my husband worked at the apartment buildings along with me, and so without a job and no apartment, it just made more sense to come back and stay with family. So that's where we're at. We are here on the mainland for the time being. Yeah, my heart is broken for the city of Lahaina. You know, hundreds of people are out of work. They have no homes to go back to, and there have been a lot of mistakes made by the government, the city officials. I'm not going to go into everything, but I will tell you that there was no warning for us, for the Lahaina people, because the man that was in charge of it decided not to use the emergency siren because he didn't want to confuse people that it wasn't a tsunami, and he didn't want people running back toward the fire, which doesn't make sense, because why would people run toward a fire? Yeah, I don't buy it. He has since resigned. The gentleman that oversaw the water usage, he decided for equity's sake to withhold life-giving, crucial water for 5 hours after the fire started. By that time, the fire was out of control. Firefighters had run out of water. For 5 hours, he withheld the water. And the reason is because he didn't want it to be unfair to the farmers on Maui, using all of their water to put out a fire, which decimated an entire city. Yeah, so I think he's also resigned. If not, he should. I have not kept up on the news just because it just aggravates me. And I don't know, there's a whole bunch of other things too. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. Like, there are people on here suggesting that it was government orchestrated, etc., etc. I don't know. There's no proof of that. I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, so we are here on the mainland, staying. We're actually on our own at the moment. My husband starts a job next week, and we're gonna go forward. And so I am writing my books. So that's my Lahaina update. I am gonna put a link down in the biography for a friend of mine. Her name is Laurie. Her husband's name is Perry. She actually is a hero. She was burned 70% or more of her body while trying to rescue people out of the fire. She was trying to get people to go out of the fire. And she suffered terrible burns. She's in the burn unit over on Oahu, and going through surgery after surgery for skin grafts and things like that. Terrible pain. They have astronomical medical debts, so I'm going to leave a link for her in my biography down below this video. So please, 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 if you want to give to the Lahaina, I encourage you to give to Laurie and Perry. Also, I'm asking for prayer for them, especially because this is hard. The doctors are amazed that she's alive. Most of the time, 50% of your body burned, you don't make it. She has defied the odds. And so we're praying for you, Laurie. We love you guys. Yeah, so that's my Lahaina update. So we are transitional. So all of my stuff, except for the stuff I brought home or brought to the mainland in my suitcase, is still back. All of our personal items, planner supplies, things like that, anything small is still back in Lahaina in the storage because we just haven't, they finally opened it up where we can go back in because they closed it again. So yeah, so we're transitional. We're just kind of renting a little place for a couple of months. And so, yep, that's what we're doing. Okay, so book news. I have decided to put my Maui romance novels on hold because Loved in Lahaina was obviously set in the city of Lahaina, and I cannot write that book at this moment. I don't know if I ever will. It just brings me to tears every time I open up the manuscript, and so I'm probably going to put those on hold. I don't know when or if I'll ever get back to them. I don't know. At least not for the rest of the year. Most probably not even the beginning of next year. We'll see how it goes and how my emotions go. But yeah, sorry about the lighting. Like I said, it's hard. I don't have good lighting in here, but I really wanted to get a video up because it's been so long. So anyway, so on to my fantasy series. Good news on that. I've written almost 4,000 words in the first novel, and it's going really well. I've found the right place to open it at, and I am writing on that. So woohoo! So hopefully, I'm really striving to get all 5 novels done by the end of the year so that I can edit them, get them ready to go, so that early next year I can release them. Just so you know, I am planning on doing some sneak peeks and things like that in my newsletter. I know for those of you who have already signed up for the newsletter, I have had a hard time keeping up with it, like everything else, and so, but I am planning on doing that. I'm going to be more active, and I am going to be doing some secret or sneak peeks and things, so you will know way before everybody on the videos will know what's going on, and I'm going to have some signups and giveaways and different things like that. So please go to my website, sorry, the camera's shaking, www.kathyware.com, and sign up for the newsletter. Also, I am going to be changing the name of this YouTube channel and my Instagram channel to Kathy Wereb Writes. The reason I'm doing that is because I know I did K Wereb Designs, but honestly, that was back when I thought I was going to be making and selling jewelry, but I decided I'm probably not going to be doing that. I just don't have time or the energy or the creativity to do it. So for now, I'm going to change. It's going to be a permanent change. It's going to be Kathy Wereb Writes, but don't worry, I'll let you know ahead of time before I actually change it. It'll probably be next month or the month after. The air conditioner just came on. And so, yeah, I just wanted you to be aware. The reason for that is because I've decided to go back to doing my planners. You know, it's hard because I love planning and I love writing and I love all kinds of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do separate channels. I'm gonna do Kathy Wereb Plans, Kathy Wereb Writes, Kathy Wereb Studies. I'm gonna do my Bible study, scripture, daily scripture, or not daily, but weekly scripture reading that I used to do as well. So I'm gonna have different channels for that because I think it'll help with the algorithm and stuff. So that's gonna be up by the end of the year. I am also gonna be redoing my, my website because I write romance, but I also am going to be writing fantasy. So I want to reflect that on my website. So look for that. That'll be up probably November, December. I'm going to change that so that we're ready for the new year. Yeah, so a lot of different things happening. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to what God has for us in the future. And, so I have lived in Arizona before, previously from moving to Maui for nearly 40 years. I know it's hard to believe. But I have never, ever gone to the city called Sedona. And I don't know why, I just never did. It just wasn't on our radar. So yesterday, my husband and I, we went to Sedona, Arizona, and oh my goodness, it's beautiful. I'm gonna actually tack on a short video of part of the drive at the end of this video. But it was beautiful. Red rocks, gorgeous, cute little stores. The weather was beautiful. I couldn't believe it. It was only 100 degrees, I think, at the highest. So it was nice, beautiful. We ate lunch there. We went into a lot of the shops, not all of them, so we are going to go back. But I wanted to share with you something. Okay, so I love, my favorite animal is the green sea turtle. I love those. Those are my favorites. But I also love octopi. I don't know why, I just do. And so I have been looking for an octopus mug for years. I just love them. But honestly, the ones in Maui weren't very big. They just didn't, they were like half the size of the one I got. And they just didn't call to me the way this one did. And I found this in, of all places, Sedona, Arizona, you guys. Are you ready? Look at him. Isn't he adorable? He's purple. But look at the details on that in the bottom. This is a big mug, you guys. I probably won't use him to drink out of. I'm gonna get some cute like plants or seaweed things to put in there. I'm gonna use him as a planter, I think. But yeah, isn't he gorgeous? So my husband was laughing at me. He goes, "You came all the way to Sedona, Arizona to get an octopus mug when we lived in Maui, and you could have got one there." And I'm like, "Yeah, but he's so cute." He was only $15. That's a good deal. And so yeah, so that's my big buy of the week. And yeah, so what else did I want to say? That's pretty much it. I know this isn't a big update, but what I'm planning to do is starting next week, I'm gonna wait until my husband goes to work. That way I can video without having to ask him to be quiet all the time, because my desk is in the living room, and so there's just no way for me to have privacy and all that. So But I'm gonna start, I don't know, I kind of like those channels like Meredith E. Phillips, Sarah Sutton, Brittany Wang, I can't think of the other one. But anyway, I like those channels where they do like everyday things and then they put it all together. I think that might work. So I'm going to experiment with that in the next coming months and see how that works. But that way I can update you daily on my progress. And you guys, I'm not kidding. Because of everything that's happened in the last more than a month with the fire and having to move and being displaced and not knowing what we're doing and just frustrated and heartbroken and all that, I have not wanted to write. It's just been a dry, well, actually since June 15th when I had my heart attack, it's just been a dry season of no motivation. Every time I try to get to the writing, it would just, I didn't want to do it. And so I am of a firm belief that if you're not in the mood, don't do it. Don't write if you're not in the mood. Because for me, if I write when I'm not in the mood, the majority of the times it turns out really terrible. And yeah, it's not fun. So hold on, let me get readjusted. All right, so I know I have this bright, see, there. I can hold my hand up like this. But yeah, so I just haven't felt the urge or the inspiration to write just because, you know, everything was going wrong and my phone's slipping. I don't even have my phone thing, guys, my camera thing. So I'm on the mercy of using whatever I can. So, oh, okay. So let's just take that off and I'll hold it. All right, so let's try, maybe, no, I don't like that. Oh yeah, okay, so let's just do this. Okay, I'm gonna hold it just like this. All right, so, yeah, I just wasn't feeling inspired. I didn't wanna do it. It was hard for me. And so, but about, I would have to say 4 days ago, I woke up bursting with ideas, thoughts that nagged at me for the rest of the day. And I just knew that I needed to start writing. So I did. And so I've written 4,000 words in a couple days almost. And it's going so well. So yeah, so I want to keep you updated about that. But I think that just about covers it this week. I know it's not life-shattering or anything, but I thought I'd say hi. Hi. All right, I'm gonna get off here. I look forward to talking to you again next week. Mahalo.